Another day, another mail opening video, eh? We got loads of mail to get through at the moment. We've got this wrestling figure mail opening. We've got some Yu-Gi-Oh stuff, but we've got more Yu-Gi-Oh stuff on the way as well. And there's something a little bit different. We've actually got two big bundles of horror clicks from the base set. Ow! I guess they're in some sort of tin. That hurt. We have opened horror clicks on the channel before. We've opened them recently, actually. But yeah, we'll get into that in another video. Today, we have a wrestling figure mail opening. This one has been waiting for a little while. Wasn't really in the mood to do a video, but sometimes we just need to make sure everything's okay and leave the feedback. This business behind me, I still haven't been called out in the comments for playing my own channel in the background of my videos, but did occur to me that would be a cool membership bonus. If I picked like a random member of the channel and put their channel in the background on the computer screen rather than just having a blank computer screen. I think that would be a nice idea. Got updates on stuff like that later on in the video anyway. So if we can get this bag off this cardboard, then we'll get right into this. What we have here is a product I sort of turned my nose up at over the years. I kind of wanted it more or less for the price that I paid for it, actually. I'd like to kind of muck about with. But then my friend Dave pointed out that this is actually a really, really solid body for Gangrel. Not that I really know what I'm going to do with it when it turns out that inevitably the big, flat, wonky Titantron Live awful head doesn't fit properly on it. But, I mean, I say that as if there's any chance it will, you know. I literally will do it just to eliminate any doubt, but it absolutely won't. It won't work. It's like it's just a flat neck at the bottom of that head. It's absolutely not going to work. What is this cardboard? Now I can't get the figure from inside it. Like, it's just, go away. But yeah, we've got this in for a nice, for a body for the Gangrel. So first of all, it is from Diane Bargains, new and pre-loved. Thank you for supporting my small business. Have a nice day. But it is not a Mick Foley. It is Le Champion. It's the Chris Jericho gear pack. And a friend of mine pointed out that you put this white shirt on this Jericho body, that's probably pretty spot on for Gangrel. And obviously you need to swap out the tattoos and so on. But that's what AEW figures are good at. But you know what else AEW figures are good at? Being valueless, so you can buy them dirt cheap and swap the arms on to make your Gangrel figure. Then we're going to need a sort of necklace. Of course, we're going to need a head. I really don't want to buy one of them custom heads, painted or otherwise. I really don't want to do that. But like I say, the Titantron Live head isn't going to work. We know that already. But we can also alternatively use this as a crazy scientist Chris Jericho, which was my initial idea, my mess about idea. We put this on him and pretend it's a lab coat. We put this on him for other scenes, costume change, all that kind of stuff. It comes with a cool little set of sunglasses, the Les Champion neckerchief, an AEW microphone, and two gloved hands, which is pretty cool. I mean, you could put those on so you don't have to swap the hands and then just swap the arms. You know, you could have a gloved Gangrel. The whole thing came because I was talking about how you could make a custom of like his modern gear, like what he would wear on the indies. It seemed more possible, more plausible than doing a long ruffled shirt. But then Dave thought of this. So again, shout out to Dave, who doesn't watch my videos and has no social media presence for his collectibles. But this literally cost me £20 on eBay. These are still dirt cheap. So yeah, we went for that. I had a feeling it was going to be expensive, you know, once I wanted it. I'm going to save this one till last because this is the highlight for me. So we're going to go into this one, which is a bit unusual of shipping packaging. It's come in the NWO Outsiders Ringside Collectibles Ultimate Edition pack box. Clearly a guy who's decided to downsize the thing I've bought off him, which is kept in box, doesn't want the box from his Outsiders, I guess. It's just funny to me, like, because I would never get rid of a box like this just out of pure degeneration brain, like pure but I might want the box kind of thing. The NWO Outsiders box is containing an interesting relic from Chella Toys. I haven't quite decided what I want to do with this yet. It's another one where it's like I might keep it, I might sell it. Realistically speaking, I've dropped it on the floor. Years ago, I went down a rabbit hole of Googling stuff. Ended up with the attitude that this guy was a pretty bad person. Then later kind of recanted on it and thought, well, there's definitely worse people in wrestling, or definitely other very questionable characters in wrestling. I thought about using it for the clickbait, whether it's on the figure fed or for the unboxing or anything like that. I thought about whether I would actually just want to have it. When the figure actually came out, I was pretty firm that I was not interested at all. But you know, I kind of revised those morals and basically saw this on bid and then won it really, really cheap. So what we have here is an uncensored collection Dynamite kid. This matches up with the British Bulldog figure that came out with Matilda, back when Mattel was only doing half of a tag team at a time. It's my first Chella Toys figure apart from the Nick Aldis Retro, because I did buy a Sabu last year and the seller never sent it. Yes, Dynamite Kid, Tom Billington. Again, like all of these things, the head looks so much better in person. And of course, it's a really, really cool figure. It's a really novel thing that we have these indie companies making stuff. Apart from the indie company that made this, of course, they shit the bed pretty quickly. But it's an interesting time to live in, is what I'm saying. We've got the Dynamite Kid Tom Billington bio on the back. Now, I don't know if this has been opened or not. I assumed it hadn't been. I mean, the flap doesn't look bent at all, but then it has just slid right out at the same time. I don't know if this has been opened. I assumed it hadn't because it was in the plastic bag, but maybe they just kept the packaging. The listing probably said, yeah, I think it has been opened, because as you can see, his face does not align with where the plastic is. Like, his nose and mouth and stuff is over here and his head's off to the side. But I don't think it would make that much difference, because it obviously hasn't been heavily played with or anything like that, so it's still going to maintain the majority of the value. And quite frankly, I got it pretty cheap. I was pretty amazed that I got it as cheap as I did. So yeah, I don't know if I'll have the British Bulldogs feature for a bit of clickbait, or just to say that it's happened or something like that. I don't know if I'll revisit Googling why he's such a terrible person and just double down and go back to saying he's a terrible person and so on, or whether I'll just sell it on. But realistically speaking, with what I've said with all these figures recently, where we might sell them, we might keep them. In fact, a lot of figures that we are keeping, I've said I don't know when they'll be featured in the Fed, because there's so much other stuff to do first. So it will be very low down the pecking order. And quite frankly, that figure is probably going to get sold. In fact, the British Bulldog that goes with him is probably going to get sold as well. I only want the Matilda. But anyway, we're going to go for the main event now. This is a Lucy. This is basically a story of me delaying going to Smith's for 2 days, and my Smith's sold out of this figure. It was available elsewhere, but I couldn't be bothered driving to Darlington, here, there, or everywhere, and eventually he just sold out altogether. So this is someone who had this copy of him cheap, loose on eBay, and I just went for it before it got any worse. It's a Steve Blackman. Steve Blackman sold out in my Smiths in 2 days. I didn't realise he was such a popular guy. He didn't sell out anywhere else in 2 days. He's still in stock at all the other local stores. It just so happens you can't wait 2 days for Steve Blackman. Oh man, I'm gonna get into the bubble wrap on this one, and I'm just gonna fast forward the video. So here we go. He, unlike some of the figures recently, will be going straight into the figure fed, straight in the roster, straight in the hardcore division. We of course needed him for the Attitude collection, and what an awesome figure this is. It didn't come with a hardcore title. I kind of just had to take that as a loss. That was the price of not immediately going to buy it. That was the price. I should have pre-ordered it. I always intended to pre-order it, and I completely forgot. That was the price of forgetting to go in and get it, was paying more or less the same price for a loose figure without the hardcore title or Build-A-Figure piece. So yeah, but I mean, look at the tan on this thing. It's crazy. It's way darker than I would have pictured Steve Blackman in my head as looking. There's 3 different versions of these in action figure form now, at least. And if there's more than 3 of them, I have 3 of them. And if there isn't, then whatever. It does come with his interchangeable hands though, which is pretty cool. And of course, it does as well come with the cheese for his head. There's like an inside joke between my family and my nephew about having cheese on your head. So like, I won't explain that right now, but it's an extra novel factor considering the fact that I wouldn't have expected him to make a Steve Blackman with cheese that goes on his head. Especially if he's coming with the sticks anyway, especially if he's coming with the hardcore title anyway. I can't see why you would bother putting the cheese on him. But I'm glad they did. And of course, we've got the spare hands as well, as I mentioned. 2 spare pairs of hands. 2 spare pairs of hands, cheese, hardcore title, and 2 sticks. That's a pretty good figure. We're getting into like Sandman levels of accessories there. But yeah, really, really cool figure. Really just wanted to get one before the price went any higher. Kind of disappointed that I haven't been able to find one of these. Usually things work out for me when something goes out of stock when I take too long. This is one instance where it hasn't. I haven't really overpaid for this, but I have basically paid retail price for a loose copy of a figure that didn't come with the belt that it's supposed to come with. But at a certain point, you've got to just do it, because I would have only regretted it if I didn't get a Steve Blackman. The joints seem okay, the legs seem pretty good. The torso seemed a little bit loose, but, you know, it is what it is. I mean, that is the most important joint to be good, really. So, you know, it's not it is what it is, but it is what it is. A little bit of housekeeping on the channel in general. This was always the plan, but NW Openings is now officially going to be moved to members only. And that is the regular episodes, not like non-special episodes. The reason for that is we've now had 5 NW openings in a row that have done terrible in views. And although I don't blame you subscribers or you viewers, it doesn't make me feel good having videos all over my channel with 11 views on them, basically. So it was always the plan to do early access to NW openings in memberships, and we still have a few more figures where they're probably not going to be the most popular things in the world to open, more kind of valueless AEW stuff and all that kind of thing. So we are just going to open those on memberships, but we will still have specials on the main channel, of course. Everyone will have access to everything eventually, but it's early access, basically. Like, so the next couple of NW openings will be members only, and they will be released to the general public a little bit further down the line. I see NW openings as extra content anyway. Obviously, if it's a figure you're after, then fair enough. Or if you just enjoy watching the videos, then fair enough. But a lot of the time, it's me opening a figure well after they are out of retail. So I don't exactly have people looking it up thinking, should I buy this figure or anything like that. And once a figure is old, unless it's like really good or really like important, really, really significant person, like if I did a Steve Blackman, that would probably always get views over time. But if I do one of these AEW figures that's still worth less than a tenner here in the UK, it's probably not going to get that many views over time. So you see what I mean? Like it's kind of like additional content. It's something I do more so to get more value out of owning the figures than anything. And I don't think a lot of the time that it is actually relevant and needs public access. So if you've gotten this far and you're watching for the first time, or you watch me regularly but you just haven't got around to it, please do like, comment, and subscribe. And when you click subscribe, please do click on that bell. And I'm not going to tell you guys to click all, because quite frankly, I know damn well that not everything on DSW Network is going to be of interest to anybody in the world apart from me. I'm the only person who's going to be interested in everything that's on the channel. But what I'm going to ask you to do is I'm going to ask you to click personalized, and that way you should get notifications for all of the videos that are relevant to you. That being said, if you could click all, I would absolutely love that as well. And if you're watching for the first time, I really do appreciate it. Why don't you guys let me know which of these 3 figures is your favorite, because I think we've got a pretty diverse range and some pretty interesting pieces here. And of course, channel memberships are just £1, $1 a month if you do want to check out those future NW openings and all the other content that's currently members only. And there will be more members only content as memberships continue to grow. But for now, I really do appreciate you guys joining me. Thank you all for watching, and goodbye. What have I done here? Oops. So, like I say, that is literally just because we've been having such... I'm not saying it. That is literally just because the channel looks better when it doesn't have videos with low views all over it.